Hi everybody, Tex-Mex here. Thanks for joining me for another video. Today we're going to do a little ammo comparison through my Buckmark Contour stainless URX. It has a 5.5-inch barrel. This is a URX model versus the UDX or UFX. I've explained those differences a little bit in some of my prior videos, but it's mainly just the grip on the frame and what they're like. But this is a great pistol. It has a Burris Fastfire 3 RMR on it, and I wanted to see how well these different ammunitions shot through it. Now this specific Buckmark has a 5.5-inch special contour barrel. It's got this contour, it's kind of triangular. It's normally got Weaver style sights and an optic base. It's got adjustable pro target rear sight and a partridge style front sight. Unloaded, it's 36 ounces, has an aluminum receiver with a polished steel barrel, and takes a standard 10-round single stack magazine, as all the Buckmarks do. For those of you that have been shooting 22s for a long time, you know that CCI has been doing these 100 packs for many years, and I have two different types here. I've got these CCi Mini Mags. These are the 36 grain copper plated hollow points, and I've got these over here, which is the CCi Mini Mag copper plated round nose 40 grain, and I wanted to compare it to some other 100-round packs that I've been seeing at the store. So we're gonna give the Remington Golden Bullet a try. Theirs is a square pack, but it's also a 100-round pack. And then we got the Herters. Let's see here, this is a 22 long rifle, 40 grain plated hollow point. And then over here we've got the 100-round pack of Browning Pro 22, also a 40 grain. And last but not least, the Winchester. I hadn't seen these before, but they're making 100-round packs as well. And this is also a 40 grain copper-plated round nose. So it's going to be a shoot-off of the 100-round packs that you can basically mostly find in the stores right now, or at least hopefully still find in the stores right now. And I'm set up here at... This is 35 yards. I considered getting a little closer, but I think I can do it with the RMR. And I am going to rest my hands as I shoot this pistol. So down there, I have my target set up. I also have the chronograph set up. So we're going to chrono all these ammunitions as well. I'm going to shoot 10 rounds of each, see how they group down there at 35 yards, and as well see how consistent they are through the chronograph. So let me go ahead and get everything set up, and we will start up with our shoot. Now before we start up and I start loading this magazine, we're going to try the one of the mini mags first. I wanted to show you all, I have a few different ones, but if you like shooting 22s, there are these great mag loaders that help you load these magazines. This one is a Maglula one. What I like about this one is that you can put it in and it holds the follower all the way down, or you can slowly bring it down as you load it up. So it just makes it easier when you're loading 22s into the magazine, especially if you're loading a lot of magazines throughout the day. So definitely recommend these little mag loaders. They help. There's a few different brands out there. There's some that you hold down with your fingers. This one I like because it has the spring and it holds the follower down. So anyway, just thought I'd recommend one of these. We're going to start this shooting session with the 36 grain. So we're going to try the lightest grain first. I've got my chronograph set up, and I have the little voice thing going on here. So with any luck, as the shots are being registered, the computer will tell us the speeds that we're hitting at. But don't worry, you don't have to keep track. At the end of the video, I'll make sure to list how all the ammunitions did. So let's start out with the top left target. I don't think it registered that. Give me 1 second. I don't expect it's going to register all 10 shots, but I'm going to move the chronograph a little to the left. I think I'm just shooting slightly left above its sensor, so it's not quite there. $995. There we go. I don't think I'll get readings for all 10 shots on each ammo, but you know, as long as we get readings for 5 or more, that should be a good comparison between the different ammunitions.
1014. 1030. 939.
Guess it didn't register that one. Huh.
976. 988.
Okay, well that's 10 rounds. Let me see how many we'd registered here. 6 shots, that'll do. That's good enough. If I can get 6 registered on each one, that'll be fine. Now we're moving on to the CCi Mini Mag, the 40 grain. This is the copper plated round nose. The first ones we shot were the hollow points. And it looks like the chronograph should be ready to go. I'm going to be shooting a little closer to the chrono, so hopefully that'll help register the rounds and I won't hit my chronograph. Let's see.
$1,053. 1,081.
This one seems to be going faster, even though it's the heavier. I didn't.
1,047.
Oh, I did register. Okay.
$1,070. 1,069. 1,055. 1,053. 1,030. 1,080.
Okay.
$1,065.
Well, we got all 10 to register that time. It is shooting closer to the chronograph, so that's probably why they're registering. So next up is the Remington 22 Golden Bullet. I never used to have a lot of luck with these, but another YouTuber I follow, Freedom by Homesteading, great guy, you should check out his channel. He's had a lot of luck with the 22 Golden Bullets, the Remington, so I'm going to give them a try as well, see if I have any success out of this Buckmark contour. So I'm going to shoot the middle top target, and let's hope that we can get it to register.
990.
Ooh.
1,024. 1,056. 1,010. 1,056. 1,044.
Well, they seem to be registering a lot better now. It's a cloudy day, so the sensor should be able to see it. Wind's picking up a little bit, so I'm trying to squeeze off the rounds between the breeze.
1,048. 988. 1,010.
And I'm not rushing my shots, it's just sometimes I get that sight right on there for a good shot pretty quickly. Well, the sun's coming up because this is early morning. I've got my red dot on the lowest setting so I can center it as best as possible, but it's starting to get a little bright. I have to put it on the middle setting.
1,023.
Okay, that's 10, and I got 10 results. That's great. Okie doke. Let's see here. So let's move on to the Winchester next. And now we're going to try the Winchester Game & Target 22 long rifle. It is 40 grain plated round nose. Let's get the magazine in. Center bottom target. That's too bright. Let me change my light here. There we go. That's a good setting. Oh, there's a buzzard above me. I don't smell that bad. Let's see here.
1026. 1123.
Wow, that's so fast.
1092. 1039. 1083.
Well, luckily it's registering all of them, so that's good.
1101. 1099.
Oh, look at that. Failure to eject. Almost got it all the way out. Just kind of crimped it.
One 1128. 1084. 1101.
And that's 10. Okie doke. So we're down to our last two. Let's see, should we do the Browning first? Yeah, let's do the Browning first. So let me go move my chronograph a little over and we'll load up the Browning. Next up is the Browning Pro 22. Another 40 grain round nose with a target crimp, whatever that means. It's got a target crimp. So let's see if that target crimp helps give us target accuracy. I'm gonna shoot at the top. This over a little bit, so I'm right over the chronograph. At the top, right target.
931.
Oh, is that a failure to load? Let's see here. Always take out the magazine. Oh, it's a failure to eject. Interesting. Okay. Give me 1 second while I take it out. I know that target crimp did something to it, but yeah, it's just a failure to eject. Now, I am letting my pistol cool off between shots, but I'm not cleaning out the chamber. So it's possible it's just getting a little dirty. I wouldn't imagine I've shot enough to really gum it up that much, but let's see how we're doing here.
935.
Failure to eject again. Not looking good for the Browning. Let me look here. If it happens one more time, I'll put a little swab through there, clean it up.
$969.
Yeah. Let's see here one more time. It's turning this into a single shot pistol. Yeah, they're not ejecting. Okay, well, let me go give this a quick little swab to make sure it's not just gumming up from, I see, 10, 20, 30, 40 rounds I've put through it. That's not really enough, but I might as well give it a cleaning just to make sure. Well, let's try shooting the last rounds of the Browning. Give it a little cleaning. Nothing too major. I made sure the extractor was clean. Put a little bit of swab through the chamber.
$932.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, it's just not extracting.
$957.
Yep. Every single round. Wow.
$928.
Every single round. Okay. Well, this is getting a bit frustrating, but we're almost done. I'm going to try a different ammunition through it just to see if it's that the gun is gummed up, and I'll just go ahead and end the shoot now. Or it's this ammo. I think it's this ammo.
927.
Failure to eject again. I'm not sure what that target crimp is, but it doesn't seem to be helping.
934.
To be fair, I think I pulled that last shot a little bit. Yep.
944.
Once again, look, failure to eject. It's just not ejecting.
$943.
Did it cycle? Did it cycle? Nope. Let's see here. Well, that was the last round, but it didn't push it back enough to hold it back. And look at this. I don't know if you can see that there, but the front of the casing is bent in. I don't think it's my pistol doing that. Okay, let me save these results. Okay, what I'm going to do here real quick is I actually have another magazine loaded up. I had sighted in this pistol a while back, and it really liked this American Eagle 40 grain high velocity. So that's what I had loaded and ready in my shooting bag. So let me just put these rounds through it. I'm just going to shoot at the steel and see if it's my pistol or if it's that ammo. Yep, it's the ammo. So I don't know, I guess this it may be great ammo. My pistol, this particular Buckmark, does not like it. But let's go ahead and prep for the last one. And our final ammunition is going to be this Herter's. It's a 40 grain plated hollow point. So don't know much about Herter's. I've tried some of their 9mm. It seemed fine for plinking ammo. So hopefully it does better than the Browning. I got 10 rounds loaded up. The chronograph is ready. Let's see how well it groups. Didn't register. Let's see here. Is it connected? It's connected. Okay, let me scooch over a little bit. Make sure I'm shooting as centered above it as possible. Felt like it had a little more power.
1041.
There we go. Or it may just be compared to maybe the Browning was underpowered, so I'm just feeling the standard high velocity now.
1055. 1104. 1075. 1082. 1033. 1087. 1084. 1075.
At least it shot him without a problem. That's a plus. Anyway, let me go ahead and save these results, and let's go grab our target. And here is our target. Now, before I start talking about the accuracy, remember there's always the potential for user error. And when I say potential, I mean it most likely happened. Obviously, I try to shoot all of these as similarly as possible. I had my hands resting. That being said, obviously you'd have to try this multiple times to really figure out which one your particular 22 firearm likes, since 22s are the most finicky of firearms that there are. That being said, at least the chronograph will be able to let us know the standard deviations were on these ammunitions, and so you can see if one was at least shooting more consistently as far as speed goes than the others. That being said, let's take a look at how we did here. We started out with the 36 grain Mini Mag, and not a bad little group there. It looks like I got a couple on top of each other, but all 10 stayed. Once again, I'm not gonna make a big deal as to whether or not they were centered, because each ammunition is gonna have its own point of impact. Even if it's the same grain, they're just never gonna impact in the exact same spot. So it's more about precision, how tight were the groups. And this one wasn't bad. I mean, it looks like a 2.5 inch group here, maybe something around there. I don't have calipers. Maybe I should start bringing a ruler out here with me. But it seems very similar for the 40 grain as well. If it wasn't for this one up here, it would have been a slightly tighter group than the 36 grain. And then when we go to the Remington Golden Bullet, it did really well. It looks like it may be our tightest group of all of them, these two kind of being the far outliers. It was the one hitting closer to the point of aim, but a good little group, another good little group. So I'll have to credit where credit is due, and the Remington Golden Bullets were doing fine. They're doing great. The Winchester, so-so. Let's see here. I mean, the groups here, that's probably a 3-inch group. Let me think. Yeah, that's probably a 3-inch group. These two being kind of the outliers. So not as tight as either the CCI or the Remington, but not a terrible group either. Once again, you'd have to shoot these time and time again to really see which one your firearm likes. As for the Browning, well, it was shooting high. There were 2 points of impact that were right off the paper that I saw on the cardboard, but not a terrible group, although terrible performance. They weren't ejecting very well. I'm not sure what's up with these. Maybe these target crimps are better served in a rifle or a bolt action instead of a semi-auto. I don't know. All I do know is this particular contour did not like it at all. And that takes us to the Herters, and Herters also did very well. One flyer down here, if it wasn't for that one, it would have had the tightest group of them all. So not bad, not bad. I mean, did I pull this shot? Possibly. I didn't feel that I pulled any particular shot, but you know, like I said, user error is always an issue unless you have a vise and you're shooting your firearm through a vise. But I would try these again because nice little group. If it wasn't for this one flyer, this would be the tightest group, almost a little over an inch, not quite an inch and a half. All in all, except for the Browning, they all did relatively well. It's the first time I ever pitted a bunch of 100 packs against each other, and at the end of the day, I'd give probably the first and second place to the Remington and Herters, followed by the Mini Mags, and then trailed behind by the Winchester and the Browning. So anyway, another fun shoot. As always, thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun watching as much as I had fun shooting. And as always, stay safe out there, have fun at the shooting range, and I will see you in the next video.